Hello, everyone. Today we are discussing something of who the hell are we talking to when we have a business? And we're in social media and, we jump back and forth, but who are we talking to? A lot of people call this the ideal client avatar. And I'll be quite honest with you, I think that that's calling it a little bit over the top. And I think you're trying to complicate something that I've decided is a lot more simple than that. I've decided that just need to figure out who the person is that you're talking to. And I'm not talking about whether it's, I don't know, whether it's a person that is blonde, whether it's a female, whether it's a male, that can come into it. But a lot of it has to do with who are you talking to, has to do with your voice. And for example, I talk to myself a lot. So a lot of times on social media, I'll be talking to myself. But see, the person that I'm talking to that I really want to talk to is not me. It's someone like me. It's someone that has the same desires, the same wishes, the same ideas. Not necessarily the ideas in general, such as, I want to go play pickleball today, but it's the ideas that they have, that they want to do something more, that they want to increase whatever the hell it is that they want to increase, right? So this is big. Hello, my name is Dana Sacco. I am an automation specialist and virtual assistant coach, online service provider coach, however you want to talk about it. I help other businesses and other people increase their business, make their business better so that it's automated and runs. We stop doing piddly shit. There we go. Can you tell that I'm recording this in the morning? Because tomorrow I actually have plans, but I wanted to talk to you all tomorrow, not today. And I don't want to talk to you all at 6 o'clock in the morning about this because most of you aren't up. And if you are, why? But here's the thing. We go into this and we get very, very nervous about this. I've seen people actually get hung up their entire business because they don't know who they're talking to, because they've got wrapped up in this whole thing that they need to have a picture of the person that they're talking to. They have to have this vision. They have to have this whatever. They have to have this person that they're talking to. I mean, I've seen entire workbooks designed to help you get this person identified. Well, if I'm having a conversation at a networking event, I'm not going around saying, well, you're not a woman, so I'm not going to talk to you about what I do in my business. And you're not this person. So, and you're not within this age range. And gosh knows, I can't tell what the age ranges are for half of these people anyway. So how do you decide, right? If you're going to a networking event, I mean, this is different than 2 years ago, guys, where we did not have to deal with this stuff. Everything was virtual. So we didn't go to networking events. Well, now we had to come back into it. And some of us have never, I have never been to a networking event. I don't have business cards. I do not have an elevator pitch. I'm sorry. But I can tell you right now, my businesses have not failed because of this. Because one of the things that we need to remember is that when you are showing up on any sort of social media, whether you're showing up on anything whatsoever, you have to show up as you. If you're not, if you're putting on a persona, and this bothers me in a lot of different businesses, and where they tell you, you have to do this, you have to dress, you have to put on your face. Women, I think that we know what that term means, and it's just like, F you. I'm not doing it. You can see, gosh knows my hair probably needs help, but it's going to be in a hat in just a few hours as soon as the sun comes out. I mean, really. So why the hell am I going to bother with it? So these are the type of things that we need to remember. Now, when I'm talking to people, I don't want to be talking to, I'm going to be honest here, a lot of the times I'm not talking to people that are in their 20s. I'm not. I'm talking to people who are probably a little bit older than that, 30s, 40s. The most people I've worked with, we've had a business before. We haven't been just in corporate world, guys. I've never been in the corporate world. I cannot share that experience. I cannot say I understand your pain because I don't. I've never been there. The jobs that I've had where I've been employed have been as a waitress. I know. I enjoyed being a waitress, by the way. I thought being a waitress was kick ass. I have been, what have I done? I worked at an ice cream parlor. That was, if anyone from like way back in the day, my Lake Braddock people, if you all by any chance watched this, yeah, the Burke Lake Park ice cream parlor was kick ass. And the train and driving the train, that was like goals. And then, after I retired from our farm, I went to work at Kroger, the grocery store, for 2 years. I'd probably still be there. Honestly, well, now I might not be, but I probably still would have been there because honestly, it was a lot of fun and I didn't really give a shit. And when you walk away from the day, you walk away from the day, right? That's my experience. So 99% of what I've done in the past in jobs has always been some sort of customer service level. So I can't tell you what it's like to have to talk to someone who has to talk to someone who has to talk to someone in a corporate situation. I don't understand all that bureaucracy. I just don't get it. It's not where I was. So I can't talk to you on that level. However, I can tell you that the skills that you have and that you developed in those businesses are priceless. So I can tell you from that aspect, and I can say, well, being able to do that sort of thing kind of makes you able to do this. And you can sit there and say, oh, so it's not that I'm talking to you on a transition level from corporate into creating your own business. It's what I'm talking to is on the basis of your skill set. Not what the mindset is, because I don't understand the corporate mindset and I don't understand that whole thing. I've never been there. So deciding how I'm talking to people decides on who my ideal clients are. I'm very happy working with either men or women. It doesn't make a difference. I don't care. I don't, on the scale of whatever, I do not care on anything about that. That does not make a difference. I don't usually work with people who are just starting out. You probably have a business and you're stuck. So that goes into it. You've had a business, whether you've had it for 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, it doesn't make a difference. You're stuck in something and you need someone to help you get through that area. So that's what I help with. So my ideal client avatar might be a little bit varied. It might be a little bit different than like the standard thing. Instead, what I like to think about is who the hell do you want to talk to? I want to talk to people. I want to talk to people, believe it or not, I want to talk to people who want to listen, who want to understand that there is advice out there and that you don't know everything. And I don't know everything. It's why I have a coach, because I do not know everything. You need someone sometimes to bounce ideas off of and to come up with different things and to see things from a different angle. So those are the type of things that you're looking for. So when you're going into this whole, oh my God, I need to create an ideal client avatar. No. Guys, you need to figure out who you're talking to. Don't call it something. Don't get wrapped up in some sort of, it's a person between this age and this age. Because I can tell you right now, I've worked with women that are 60 and that's older than me. And they're in some ways in a very different situation. But what I said worked. So someone actually commented the other day is that would you take advice business or would you take advice from your children? And I think that they did it in as an age group. And for me, it's the age of my children. So would you want to be coached by someone in their 20s? And I said, maybe on certain things. I said, but on other things, hell no. Because how can they teach me what my experience has already granted me? With my 30 years of experience, what are they going to teach me about starting a business that I don't already know? But at the same aspect, the kids could probably teach me other things, which we won't go into because then probably if my kids actually watch this, then they might actually say, well, Mom, I'll teach you how to do that. But some of the examples are how, I have no desire for certain things. So maybe they understand how something such as TikTok works better. Okay. I just throw up videos there. I don't really care. Those type of things they might be able to teach me on. Whereas in the other aspects, they're not going to be able to tell me how to grow a 7-figure business. Why? Because they haven't been there. And some of the people that have been there, I'll be quite honest with you, I don't think that they could replicate exactly what they did over the last couple of years because we've started becoming in person. So for example, when COVID first hit, I helped multiple businesses that were only brick and mortar get online. One of my favorite people that I worked with was someone that was people who had been incarcerated had to go through this course in order to get out. They did not have a choice. They had to do this. They would go to like the halfway house and they had to take this class in person. Well, guess what? They couldn't do it in person anymore. So you're talking about how to talk to people and how to get people to do this thing where they have to take this class to get on with their life. And they were put at a standstill. But think about it for a second. You and I, maybe you, I know me, I had internet. I had a smartphone. I knew how to get onto Zoom. We had to talk to people that had a flip phone of how they were to get on these calls and participate in these calls in order to get the credit to be able to go home. So that sort of thing was really, really cool, right? So those are the type of things I had to come up with and help these people do. Well, guys, over the last 3 years, y'all have figured it out. If you haven't, and it was a requirement to do it, then you probably just aren't going to be in the online space like that. But those are the type of things. So I couldn't replicate that exact type of scenario again. So I'm not talking to the same people. So you have to evolve your business. You have to evolve who you're talking to. And everything goes with how you talk, which will come up to the next thing. Now, you're like, okay, Dana, where the hell are you going with all of this? Because to be honest with you, I'm probably going on more tangents than I wanted to. In my 5-day Stop Doing Piddly Shit challenge, we're going over this. We're going over this part of it of who you want to talk to. I do call it who your ideal client is, but we're going to expand on that a little bit and actually make it easier. But then we go into your brand voice, your branding. How do you talk to these people? Believe me, one of the words that I absolutely hate in the English language, and it is not a word, and you cannot convince me that it's a word, ain't. And it's on one of my sales pages, and every time I read it, it cringes, and I have to fix that because I did not write that word. So who are you talking to? The word ain't does not talk to me. It irritates me. It is incorrect grammar. I don't care that it's in a frickin' dictionary. It is not in one of the Oxford dictionaries that I'm aware of. At least not one that I own. And I own one that's like that thick. I don't know little Webster's. So these type of things, who are you talking to? What level are you talking to them at? We're going to go over all the branding voice, because branding is actually more than just color. It's more than a logo. It's more than your company name. So if you want to join the Stop Doing Piddly Shit Challenge, the link is in the comments. It is absolutely free. We start on Monday. I'm like so excited over this. We have 50 people in there now. And I'm really excited for this to be expanding on it. So I really hope to see you there. Guys, if you have any questions about this as well, go ahead. Give me the like, give me comments, hearts, whatever the hell you're talking. I'd really like to hear from you about this. And if this helps you out with being stuck on who your ideal client is, I want to know that too. Let me know. And we can probably dive into it just a little bit further. All right. I'll talk to you later. You guys have a great day.